Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be looking at a game called Serendipity. Serendipity is normally, and I'm going to take this right off of the developer's Indie database page, this is the faculty or phenomenon of finding valuable or agreeable things not sought for, and this is basically what this concept is going to be about. This is a surreal abstract exploration game done in a sort of an on-rails presentation. It's a little bit difficult to really sum up. Probably the best way to go is to just jump right in and actually take a look at it. Before we do that though, just want to pop open the credits just for a moment here so we can have a look. This is a Unity game, and it does have a lovely soundtrack as well as beautiful visuals, and if you're a fan of art, I think you'll probably get right into this one. There are three choices here on the menu. We've got the blue with the one wedge, the red with the two wedges, and the purple with the three wedges. I don't know exactly what the differences are here because this is actually the first time I've played this, aside from about less than a minute to get my sound levels proper. So here we go. We're going to go to the blue one wedge, and off we are. So we control this glowing ball of light, and we are entering the first world here. We are going to be controlling this ball of light by trying to propel it in the direction of other, not really sure what to call them, I guess like focal points or facets of some kind, and they might look a little bit different from one time to another. So part of the course here is to learn when we need to interact with the environment, what we need to do, how to proceed through all of this, and possibly run into some happy accidents along the way, which might lead us to different paintings. So the developer has actually been calling these paintings, and in a way they're very much living 3D realms that could be defined as such. So we are now on rails. We're going to be using this energy hook to guide from one to the next. You'll see these directions that these triangles seem to point us in, take us to where we need to go. So right now I don't think we've had a lot of options or choices, but we do want to keep motion. That is the one thing that's absolutely vital here. Without motion, the game actually sends you back to the last checkpoint you were at. So this is a point where the game actually has put you now in a loop, and I can actually now trigger whenever I'm ready to go on to the next one. If there was a choice here, I probably would have wanted to go look around for it, but that is not an option. We are given a bit of a focal point, and surprisingly, a bunch of time to actually make up our mind on what we wanted to do. Alright, so we'll traverse over to this circle ring. Looks a little bit like a mini Stargate or something, and then we'll head into what appears to be maybe a small labyrinth or something like that, and we're picking up these little nodes on the way as well. So actually, that was an option right there. I could stick with the purple, or I could go to the yellow, and I'm going to stick now with the yellow because it does allow me to get a few more of those points, and things are going to still keep guiding me. So I want to make sure I get every single one if possible. And on we go. Now we're going to take the yellow one and see if we can go around in the other direction. We can, by the way, move the viewpoint just slightly by using WASD. Oh, that actually like messes up what it is that I'm looking at, and then I totally lost my concentration. You actually have to be paying attention pretty well to the world around you, or you're going to miss a whole bunch. And actually, I did miss that one node there, so let's head back over in that direction. We'll catch it on the next go. Around we go one more time. You do have to have a certain distance from them to be able to scrub your mouse over them and have them actually pick up. Alright, so now we've entered a realm that it was not readily apparent from the first viewpoint. Now, I'm not sure how long this game is. Oh, I missed one. Darn. But there does seem to be quite a bit to do with it, and I imagine, since there are some branching paths, that maybe this is something you might want to go through a few times to really get the most out of. So I'm trying to paint the orbs. As you can see, as I go over, they change from yellow to blue, and that's when they become magnetized and attracted. So this is a point when I should have probably been looking at the world around me, but I neglected to do so. This is reminding me a little bit of like the frequency and amplitude games in a weird way, and I'm not sure if there's really much of an actual correlation between those, because obviously if you play those, are like rhythm, fast-paced kind of music games that require a lot of dexterity, and in some ways this does require a little bit of dexterity, but I think it's mostly the presentation, the fact that we've got this very, discordant but still somewhat cohesive environment, and I believe we actually made it to the wedge that should take us out to the next painting. Oh, that's very pretty. Some really nice color choices here. I mean, everything has got this like glowing feeling to it. We've just totally changed mood. Wow, I really like the space in between the two works. Kind of wanted to hang out there a little bit more. Can we look all the way around? I'd like to get a viewpoint. No, okay. I guess we are bound to some extent in what directions we can look. I should mention this game is totally free, so if you want to go ahead and grab it, you are entirely welcome to. I'm going to make sure I don't spoil the entire thing for you, because like I said, I'm not exactly sure how long it is. Oh, okay, I'm barely grabbing these bits of light. Can I make to that one? I'm not sure what the range is really on these things. I guess this should do it. So now we're doing a bit of a planetary orbit thing. As you can see, we've changed one direction to another. Oh, I missed that one. I'm not sure if I even necessarily wanted to go back in the other direction, but I did miss that one ball of light. I like that this one's a little bit less of a linear progression and allows you to take some time to actually get a look around, because, I mean, the one thing that they really stressed in the README PDF before you start the game was to make sure that you never stop moving, which in some ways, I guess, if you want to be sort of haughty about it, you could make a connection to, you know, this life and art are perhaps connected by the linear passage of time. And in this case, you know, going around in circles, that sort of transcends that concept. But for the first level, at least, things definitely felt like they were pushed in one direction. You couldn't really go back too much, aside from those little quick loops. So I'm sure if you really want to do some serious, like, psychoanalysis of the philosophy behind this game, there is probably some fertile ground. But I'm not sure that I am going to do that today. So let's spin around. Very strange shapes. I'm not sure what to make of these. Remind me a little bit of mallets or something that you would use to hit a drum. Alright, we've already found possibly another wedge. Now, where is this going to send me? It looks like we're going through... Oh, no. Are we leaving? Are we not leaving? Expect the unexpected. That is the one thing that I am trying to do. I have no idea if this was good or bad. The screen has totally faded to white. Oh, okay, so I guess that was the first painting then. So with that, why don't we jump in and do a little bit of the second one, and then we'll leave the third one to be a complete mystery. It looks like we get to keep all the orbs that we rescued, and as you can see, this glowing ball of light in the center is expanding ever outward toward this dotted line, which may very well be something sort of like Katamari Damacy, where if you reach this size, maybe the entire scope of the game opens up or something. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens as we go into the next world. I mean, this is a game that I could definitely see if it was very, very broad and had a lot to do in it. There's a good chance that you could easily sink a few hours into this, although I'm sure the production for this took quite a while. You know, although the visuals do seem a bit on the dissonant side and definitely abstract, they definitely seem like they have everything together, and there is a unifying theme to this. Alright, let's grab some more of these balls of light. See if we can get on track with this thing. That is very pretty. I mean, there's so many different ideas going on visually, and I'm enjoying all of them. That looked like it was trapped in there, so maybe we have to do something to activate that. I'm really into the concept, you know, of abstraction, being able to pull meaning from something and making it personal just to you, I think is a really sort of wonderful thing, and I think it's really great when developers embrace that concept. Because it means everybody's going to take away something a little bit different from it. Okay, I guess that sort of acts like a bungee cord or something. Oh, geez. I think I messed up there, so we went back to the last checkpoint. It could be a little bit different and a little bit confusing, perhaps, to even figure out when you did something wrong in this game, because the feedback is not necessarily the most easy to read. I mean, you obviously get the point if you get sent back that you did something wrong, but it's a little bit tricky to know why you did something wrong. See, in this case, I guess I just wasn't moving fast enough, so I didn't keep momentum, and that seems to have broken things. So I want to keep pushing in one direction or another. I guess if I reach those points, they actually stop me fast, so I need to... Oh, I wanted to grab that next one. Can I bounce back one more time? Okay, I lose a little bit of momentum each time I do that, so I want to make sure I never reach these stars. And then I also want to make sure I get enough to snap back onto this little bungee track here. A red version of the Sims crystal of some kind. Alright, we should be able to bounce to this one, and there we go. We've reached, if I could click on it, yeah, we've reached the next checkpoint. And once you understand the rules to each one of these little objects and the concepts that they provide, you know, it's adding on a little bit to your world and how you perceive it. Oh, okay, I guess I got a little bit ahead of myself there. Let's stick to what I know, which is don't touch these. Okay, sometimes it seems like the clicks don't necessarily always register, but that also may be my own fault. I might just be too far away, because I'm not really sure what the distance is, like I said before, of how far you can be to actually interact with one of these objects. Oh, I did it again. Alright, so we want to get close to that one, grab the... didn't do it. Can I just skip right to the bungee cord thing? Nope. Do have to get some distance from the checkpoint first. And I can actually turn my viewpoint around. I keep forgetting to do that. But if I do it enough, I'm sure I could probably be pulling significant information about a different way that I might want to progress through this environment. Alright, this is good. This is definitely going to be some progress. Or is it? Oh, I can't reach that triangle. I'm not sure what to do about that. I guess I have to find the right angle to be able to head in that direction. Oh, there we go. You have to click pretty accurately to actually have this kick in. Alright, so I want to be on this side. That should get me to the next star. But we have almost no momentum at all. Oh, I might have actually been able to reach that time, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it on the rebound. No, I'm not. Let's head back in this direction and try one more time. Yeah, you seem to get quite a bit of momentum when you do that. And that will actually propel me towards the next triangle, which will maybe get me to another checkpoint. I don't know what that glowing thing was, but I guess I got it? I don't know, it looks like it's attached to me now. It's leaving a green contrail, so that seems like a positive thing, right? Alright, so we've reached another checkpoint. There are now green squigglies. I feel like we win in that case. Are we heading back down the same path that we did before, though? I'm not sure. Now we've got these extra friends with us. Maybe we can go somewhere we couldn't before. Are we going to add another subgenre to the bizarre conventions that we're already experiencing here? Is this now going to become a Metroidvania, Rails, exploration, surreal, abstract game? Maybe we can get in here. Oh, that is what we can do, isn't it? No. Okay, I clicked all over the thing. It didn't do anything. So it looks like now we're headed back in the direction we were in before. If I could just pass this by, that would be pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure I can't, so I guess I have to jump back in. There must be a different way to proceed, though, that I missed before. I guess this arrow over here, right? No, it seems too far away. I am not sure. Well, you know, the thing is, I didn't want to actually play too much of this just because I have a feeling it's going to end pretty soon, so I don't want to spoil the whole thing, and I definitely want to save one of these whole worlds for you to experience on your own. But I think this does give you at least a brief taste of what you might expect from Serendipity, a game that definitely seems to live up to its name. And it's kind of refreshing to see one that takes such an out-of-the-box approach. I mean, I can't really say I've ever seen anything exactly like this before. And it manages to be fairly linear and non-linear at the same time, which is usually a recipe for disaster when things are sort of jumbled like this. But in this case, I think it just comes across as very unique. So I would recommend it. Go check it out yourself. I would love to see what your opinions are of something like this. What artists do you think maybe were inspiring in the work here? I mean, there's definitely some influences that I noticed. I think the first screen was like screaming Kandinsky all over the place, but I just referenced that in a previous video only a few days ago, so I guess we're entering a Kandinsky phase of indie impressions or something, but I would love to hear your opinion, so feel free to chime in the comments section. Go grab the game yourself in the description. Again, it is free, so there is not a penny to be spent on this if you choose not to. I'm not sure if there is a way to actually support the developer directly, but I will link all of the relevant links that I can find. And I definitely want to go check out some of the other works, if there are any, by the same developer, because this is surprisingly promising. I mean, like the name implies, you know, a happy accident. That definitely fits with what we found here today. So go check it out. Let me know what you think. And of course, be sure to check out my other information. I'm sorry, I just keep going in circles here on the same spot, but it's like I'm not really sure where else to go right now. And it seems like I've lost my little green friends. So maybe I won't get their benefit from them. But yeah, check out my other sites. I've got my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Twitch page, and of course, indie-impressions.com. If you want to stop by there, just spend a second and take a look. There are almost 600 other videos that I've done in the series now, so there's something for pretty much everybody. All of them are categorized and sorted over there. So if you have a particular genre or payment style or platform you're into, go check it out. You'll find something. But with that, I will bid you adieu for another day. Thank you so much for being here. As always, leave any support you can. I greatly appreciate it, and I greatly appreciate that you were here watching in the first place. So make sure you come back again tomorrow. New episodes are every single day, and I will see you then. Have a lovely night.